What's going on, everybody? This is RPL TV, episode 7, season 2, and I'm grateful you guys tuning in. Remember to like, subscribe, repost, share with somebody. Here on this channel, we just really want to help people, especially in the city of Orlando where we're from, to grow, expand. It's a growing city, and I want everyone watching to be encouraged. And again, we have music every 1st and the 15th, so that's 2 songs a month. I'm trying to get the ball rolling. We got another one coming out real soon, so stay tuned for that. You can check out the vlogs on this channel. We have devotions too as well, so let me know. And anybody that needs a video, we have the Rich Show production team here, ready to serve you guys from Florida to LA to New York. Wherever you're at, just let us know. But other than that, back to episode 7. I'm grateful to have this person in the building, working really hard, content creating, every day just pushing, even doing fitness as well, and just showing people, how to live healthy and be good and present yourself, because at the end of the day, we gotta make that shmoney. So in this episode, I want to welcome the fabulous DiDi in the house. Hey.
Hello, I'm here. The queen has arrived.
The queen is here. Yo, what's good? What's going on with you? How's everything going? Just got back from the trip?
Yes, it was amazing. Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to be here. I know that we always see each other, but now that we're actually collaborating, this is amazing, guys.
This is dope.
Listen.
We actually met. We did a podcast.
Yes.
That was probably like a year ago.
Was it?
I don't know. Time flies.
I have a bad time management.
No, you did. You were doing. I forgot who it was with. But we had a podcast session.
Wealthy Sis?
Yes. Shout out Wealthy Sis.
Hey, Wealthy. Yes, yeah. yes. That was that.
And you did like a back-to-back session that day.
Yes, with Christina. Yeah, I remember.
That's cool. So again, thank you for being here. But let's jump into it, man. You've been hustling and grinding. You've been content creating really well.
I go and I am.
What's new? I know you have an event actually coming up soon.
Yes, so actually I'm going to be at a creator conference here in Orlando. It's called Creator Fest. So I'm very excited because as creators, we're always trying to grow. Content is always evolving. That's one thing. Something could be popping this month, next month. It's a different ball game. So we have to stay on our toes. So I've invested into going to Creator Fest to learn more, to get better, and just like you said, continue to help and grow the community, because at the end of the day, it's based on people who have helped us throughout the journey to be able to learn more. So I'm ready to learn more and pour into, fellow creators like yourself and also my clients. So
no, that's good. How long have you been content creating?
Well, content creation, I would say for many, many years. I want to say well over now, consistently over about 3 years. I started by, content creation in the fitness realm. So posting my fitness journey, my workouts, and then that slowly built into just documenting my lifestyle, documenting my entrepreneur journey, and just being raw and real with my audience. And then that grew into a love for content creation, where it has put it on the forefront of what I truly feel is my passion.
Yeah, and with the fitness, such a cool journey. Congrats on that. It's
down 60 pounds.
Yo,
yes.
60 pounds.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. They see me all cute or whatever, but I was big, okay?
You heard it here, RPL TV. Yeah. Congrats. That's such a big milestone, and it's so important. We were talking about representing yourself well, and how being fit really goes a long way. And I don't know, but obviously you probably know, but being in America is so easy to be busy and be hustling and bustling that you kind of lose yourself health wise.
Right.
You know what I mean? What's that like for you, mindset wise? How'd you lock in? What was the passion behind it?
I feel like the what kick-started is that obviously I just didn't feel good about myself, and what a lot of people don't realize is that correlates how you feel in the inside, how you feel about yourself correlates with everything else, your surroundings. So if you don't feel good internally, you're gonna hate your job, you're gonna hate your relationship, you're gonna hate your friendships, because that's what you're radiating, right? So I feel like one of the biggest things is that I wanted to feel confident again, and I just that kind of kickstarted my journey and made me really want to feel good so I can pursue my passions, because I felt like I was just in a rut. When you're stuck and you're just sometimes it's mental, sometimes it's physical. For me, the physical affected the mental. So it's a chain reaction, and sometimes people don't understand how simple things maybe just one little stepping stone into the right direction can put you in a whole different like lifestyle and journey within 6 months and a year just by making that little effort.
Yeah, the confidence.
Yes.
One thing that I was struggling with was like self-sabotage.
Oh.
So, that's kind of what you're talking about. Like, like every day you have these goals. Everyone has goals, right? And like some people pursue them, some people don't. And when you don't, it's like every day is like, they say, oh, every day is a new opportunity to do something. But when you don't take advantage of the opportunity, it's like it's actually an opportunity to feel bad for yourself. Yes, it's like an opportunity to beat yourself up.
Oh, yeah.
And like if you go down that rabbit hole,
you don't have the right mindset.
It gets dark,
That's a big thing.
So that's good that you mentioned that. And besides the fitness, you what was your first like content creating, or was that it?
Hold on, let me recap.
Because 3 years ago was like COVID time.
Yeah, during COVID, I was still working. Like I was corporate America, so I have background in hospitality, like insurance and healthcare. So I was in corporate America in those industries, and while I loved it and it provided for me, it just wasn't it. So once I actually just got laid off from one of my jobs in late 2022 because it was sold to like a different provider and things like that, I was just like, what am I going to do now? Right. And my journey with content didn't even start with content. It started with Christina. Christina, I love you. This is my first client. And this client wasn't even...
Nurse.
Yes. So,
Christina, I need you on the stuff. Yes. Stop playing around.
So it started off with a leap of faith that for some reason she posted that she needed a personal assistant. I don't know why I thought I was qualified.
That's how we connect. Okay.
Yes, that was yeah. So guys, this is like, that's crazy because we connected well over a year ago, and then now it's when we're really starting to collaborate. So that just shows you the power of relationships. But yeah, my journey started off with just being her assistant and going to being part of her, team. When she did the classes, like in-person classes, I would go and I would shoot content, and I, started to grow a love for it. And then from there, I started meeting people in like the entrepreneur realm, and then I started getting clients for content because I would just do it. Like if there was a speaker for the class, I would just grab content for them, expecting nothing in return because I love to do it. And people started like, hey, you're actually really good at this. And then I met Film Like Felix. Now it's just Felix Estevez on Instagram. I have appointed myself. Yeah, shout out to him. I have appointed myself as his mentee. He didn't really say that. I did. Yeah. I appointed myself like he's my mentor. But hey, he was the original like content creator for Christina at the time, and he showed me a lot of the ways and what could be possible with content creation. And that's slowly how I started getting clients, was through networking.
Yeah, powerful. And what's funny is like here at Rich Show, like we have like 1,000 cameras set up, right? No, I'm just kidding, just 3. But you're out here content creating with your phone.
Yes. With my phone.
That's dope. Tell me about that. Like, because I feel like people need to take advantage of their phones. Other phones.
On a phone. We're literally on, like, I don't even know this was possible, but hey, shout out to you for teaching me something new. So there's always room for improvement. But I feel like people, when they, let's say, have a goal, a dream, a passion that God continues to put in front of them consistently, they will self-sabotage themselves by saying, oh, I don't have the camera, that they have 3 cameras too, but did you start off with these cameras?
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Right?
No,
yeah. That wasn't it. Like, for example, right now I have an iPhone 15 Pro Max, but when I started, it was just an iPhone 12. And I did what I could with my little iPhone 12, and it got me upgrades. It got me a new phone. It got me now cameras, better mics. So if you are watching this and you continue to make excuses for yourself saying, I don't have this, I don't have that, baby, you need to stop. You need to worry about what you got. Start with what you have and work your way up. What do you think? Well, how do you think these big companies, these big industries started? You think Amazon was always like that? No.
The story about Amazon, he was in his garage with books.
So it's like you have to start somewhere, and then slowly you understand that you build community, you build a network, you build your clientele, and then you can, go ahead and upgrade. But start with what you have. Just start with what you have. That's enough.
Yeah, that's so dope. I'm glad you hit on the head with that, because that's really important in the sense of like people, so a year, I mentioned this every episode. Last year was horrible. It was tough financially. It was like really hard. Yeah. And I was sitting down one day and it was like, man, Rich, you live in America, bro. Like there's money to be made. There's opportunities everywhere. Like you, like make it happen, brother. You know what I'm saying? It was like,
if you're
I
not,
had the conversation with myself.
If you are not making it right now, it's very difficult for me to hear people that I'm struggling with this, I'm struggling with that. And then you go and ask them, hey, have you gone to a networking event? Have you invested in some type of coaching? Have you invested in learning the skill? Like, what are you doing to actively put yourself in a better place 3 months from now, 6 months from now? It's like, what are you actively doing, right? So I feel like a lot of times, if you in this point are not successful or are not on the path of growth, is because you don't want to, because there's ChatGPT, there's YouTube, there's courses.
Yo, for real.
There's so much out there that you can do that I no longer feel bad when someone's like, I can't, I'm sorry, I can't I can't feel bad anymore.
It's so true. I think I learned barbering and video from YouTube. No
So,
lie. I'm like
exactly.
YouTube University all the way.
We have to learn, we have to at least put initiative. And a lot of times I carry this over to my clients too, because, and I get, you can understand this too, when you're bringing, different speakers on here to highlight their stories. And I'm pretty sure you reach out to many people who maybe like ghost you or don't reply or are not as serious as you, right? And I feel like the moment you stop accepting that for yourself, you stopped accepting it from others as well. So when I see a client that wants to book me, but they reschedule, they cancel, I can no longer work with you. I need clients who are serious on their growth.
Going somewhere.
I need people in my circle who are serious about their growth, even down to the people who I collaborate with. Like you, I see that you're about, your ish. So it's like, okay, perfect. This is the person that's on the path of growth. That's who I need next to me, not someone that will complain and like drown in a cup of water for every single little minor detail.
Yo, that's so funny. Yo, that's so funny you said detail, because the first thing I think about is like a lot of us don't pursue our passions because we're such perfectionists.
Yes.
And
just let it go.
I let that go a long time ago.
Let it go. Like, no one's gonna be worried about that. A lot about the minor things. Like I used to trip. Like, oh my god, I didn't do my makeup. Girls are like that. We're like, I don't have my hair. I don't have this.
Girls are like that.
Girls are like that. Like, we have to be looking. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got the good cameras. I gotta be looking good. But we will overthink everything. And I just started, like, that's one of the biggest things with content creation. Like, just let it go. Like, no one's gonna be worried about that little back clutter that you have, that the fact that, like, no one's worried about that. Putting out not perfect content is better than not putting any content out there. At least when you're posting, hey, it may suck at first, but that's the only way you're gonna learn, right? So it's just about putting it out there. If it sucks, it's gonna get better and you're gonna learn. So
yeah,
put it out there.
Facts. And I think one thing I learned, I did an internship at my church for a couple years, and we would be in meetings, and the first year, I did it for like 2-3 years. The first year I would say a bunch of ideas in the meeting and they never passed through, they never went through. Okay. And I was like, yo, like, I was like, dang, man, like, I'm in these meetings and like my ideas aren't making it. But I remember learning in that time, someone's like, no, you have to say these ideas because it might spark up the next person that's next to you thinking. And I say that to say, like, that's what content creation and being an entrepreneur and building your vision is, that things might fail and you might be in this pattern of like, oh, that doesn't hit. Oh, that's not what it's supposed to look like. Oh, this person's doing something better. But it's like the more you put it out there, it forms. That's
self-comparing.
Yeah,
that's another thing, guys.
But it'll form into what you want it to be, but you have to try. But yeah, comparison's big if you want to touch on that.
Because a lot of the times, like, people in the content space, like, if they see a certain creator that's big, they will try to like imitate their style or imitate what they're doing or copy. It's like, leave that behind, because it's like, we're following you for you. If you act like someone else or the content's like someone else, it's like, we already kind of seen it. There's nothing about this that screams you, right? So I may think, when I'm doing my fitness videos, because I'm a content creator, but I like to create content myself, right? Like, I can't sit here and be like, oh, let's content create. And it's like, girl, you don't even post yourself. Like, and I'm going to be thinking that you're going to create content for me. That's a big thing. So I feel like for me, we have to kind of, how do I say this?
You just got to say it.
It's like, I don't want to be canceled.
Please be canceled.
Please be canceled.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, but
But be canceled.
We're going to cut that out.
Go ahead. You got this.
I want to phrase this in a good way.
We're trying to help you all out here, okay?
Yeah, because I'm like, okay, because for example, when people will, let's say this girly is like all this, sometimes like, aesthetic is big, and people will try to copy like someone's aesthetic, and you kind of will see it. Now, people can have similar aesthetics. I totally get that. But when you're doing like the same thing as another creator, it takes away from the originality that is you.
I like that. Okay.
That is you. People follow you
like
for
that.
you. So when I started my fitness journey, people, I had like not hate comments, but like little shade comments, like just things of like, you're kind of like in quotes, you're doing too much, because I did good morning, I'm jumping up and down at the gym, I'm not caring who's looking at me, and everyone's just like, they're afraid to be authentic, so they see that in me and they're like, what's going on, but that's the only way. Like,
been there.
Me being yourself right now, you're yourself, right? And guess what's gonna happen if you continue to show up as yourself with your audience? Guess what you're gonna get? A bigger audience that is what you want.
Somebody.
Your ideal clients, your ideal community. If you act like someone else, if you act like a different person, how are you going to find your real community? People need to love you, for your authenticity, and not for trends, viral. No, it's about your story. It's about your journey. Like, focus on you. That's just
Bars.
Focus on yourself. Don't worry about what everyone else is doing, because the moment you start comparing yourself, it's like, that's where you go down. That's where you go down. And it's like, you shouldn't. You should actually see it. Like, if you're going to compare in the good way. Yo, if I see a girl and I see that she has more money than me, a better car, a better like situation, I'm like, hold up. Because if I'm this and she's the same as me, that means that I can do it too. So I compare in that way.
That's good.
Not she's doing better than me. Now I'm like, no, she's doing better than me. And I'm comparing it like we're the same person. I can definitely do that.
100%. I think, and you're doing that's bars. That's so good. Thank you for that. That was awesome. For real.
Mic drop.
Yo, for real. Phone drop. Nah, but you're, man, you just got me thinking now. So good because I think personally for me, I was doing, and people notice at Barber, did videos, did insurance, did taxes. And through those,
a lot of things, you're so right on that.
Yeah, and through those things, it was like I had to stay me though.
Yes.
And there was times where I felt like being me. I think people need to catch this. Being me felt kind of embarrassing, because I was like, do people like me? Am I doing too much? Because you're content creating, so you're out there.
You're more exposed. People can hate you easily.
And to be real, a lot of people are on the internet, but you'll never see them like it. You'll never see them share it. But you'll see them at Walmart and be like, yo, I see you, bro.
I seen your... And,
I'm like, but I haven't seen you.
One, like... They talk about, I hate that. So a public service announcement. If you see me and you tell me that you've seen my whole journey, and I'm like, girl, I ain't never seen you pop up on a thing. I'm like, what is that about?
Yeah, and I think with that happening, I started to realize like when that started happening to me, and people were noticing me, I was like, oh wow, that's cool, because even though I wish they would have showed love, they were showing love, and I was like, oh, so I'm doing something. I was like, okay, I'm doing something. But I think being me was kind of hard, because that's people's insecurity. I think it is. They don't think people will like them, and that's very normal. That's normal, and I think it goes across the board.
I think sometimes I'm cringe, guys.
Yeah,
sometimes you are gonna be cringe. I don't like it's.
Let's go there, because that's how you get over the fears and the humps, and you start to get to the next level, and you start to elevate. But let's talk about.
Do you think Fashion Nova feels cringe texting me 5 times a day like a psycho ex? No, they do not feel embarrassed or cringe about posting and being on my feed 24/7. Now, mind you, they are targeting me. I am their target audience. Yes, Fashion Nova, hit me up. But hit me up on that one. But it's like, think about it like that. If these big brands are out here putting themselves out there every single day, Skins,
so good.
What? Kylie Cosmetics, like, Kylie ain't got no reason to be posting, y'all. She really does not, and she's still out here doing it. So it's like,
I got to a point. You're going somewhere. I got to a point where I was like, I don't think it's not annoying, right, to post all the time, especially if it's good content, or people are gonna respect. And people need to know this. People are gonna respect your hustle, whether it's cringe or not up to par. People are gonna be like, wow, I wish I was doing. At least they're doing it, right? I know people are thinking that, but bigger than that too is like Then you had me. With Fashion Nova emailing people and bothering you. It's like, I got to a point where I was like, no. Instead of giving into this fear that you're annoying them, just like go all out, like post so much content at such high standard that you're like, I know you see me, I'm out here, and it's for you. At the end of the day, it's for you. You want them to see you, but I got to a point where it's like, I'm just gonna be annoying. Like, if you don't like it, unfollow me. Like, easy.
Thank you. You said it. No, you hit it right there on the spot. If you don't like it, unfollow me. Please, guys. And unfollow is not a bad thing. I celebrate unfollows. When someone unfollows me, I'll be like, hallelujah. Because you know what? That's one person less that it wasn't probably interacting with my content, wasn't probably sharing my post, wasn't doing anything for me. So it's like good riddance. Now I can attract the right audience, the right followers who will actually interact and actually engage. Because I guess, I don't know at what point in the creator space, like the follower count was like a huge thing. I'm here to tell you, forget about the follower count.
I hate the whole people like judge you off of following. It's I'm gonna tell you a story. I hope this guy doesn't see it. And if he knows who I'm talking about, I'm like, oh, sorry. I had seen this guy. He was, quote unquote, what he said was an investor. He had an account, and I see this all the time, and I'm pretty sure if I see it, y'all peep it too. It's the accounts that have 200K followers. Baby, if you have 200K followers, why am I going to your reel and you got 1 comment? 20 likes. Yep.
The math is not mathing. So what does it mean to have 200K followers and no engagement? That's none
crazy.
Of your content is converting.
That just happened to me the other day, yeah.
Like, it's not worth it.
People are living, and it's actually a sad world, but people do live through social media too much. Like, you want to know if someone messes with you or someone likes you, they speak to you on Instagram. I don't speak to people on Instagram, but I realize that's how the world works. All right, I'm gonna speak to you. Like, you're gonna hear the shot on Instagram because apparently that's the only place you like to communicate with people. But anyways,
yeah, that's so true.
But like going to that, there's a weird perception that like the most like the high following, but like low, like you follow low people. Like, that was always corny to me. Yeah. Because, like, at some point, I was like, yo, when you start spamming people, you have if you're following 3,000 people, that's 3,000 people you get to spam. You know what I'm saying? Now you're at a place where you're like, oh, yeah, I don't really follow nobody. It's like, all right, well, you're not really seeing what the world's doing, and you're not really connecting. Like, I show love, and I'll let you speak on this, too. Like, I've been in a place where I'm like, no, I'm showing love to all my people. When they post, I'm trying my best to show love. Even if it's not my type of content, I was like, because that's the thing, we got to bring this thing to love. Like, you give out, whatever you give out, you're going to get back.
Community. I love community. I love the word community. I love it because it's huge, right? When you have other creators that you know, because think about it, like you said, like and going back to what we said about having people in our circle who are serious about their growth, I feel like is so vital to us and that's the community you want. Because let's say, like, not, you know, I know that there's a Hispanic term that, like, yo, if there's 3 drunks, you're the 4th one, like something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like something like that, or you are who you hang out. Yeah. So it's like, hey, listen.
If there's 3 drunks, you're the 4th.
I don't know.
I don't think I heard that one. That's funny.
Yeah, in Spanish it sounds better, but you know that's kind of like along the lines. And it's just like that's the same thing. Hey, if I'm a person that wants growth, right now if we're collaborating, hey, we may not be at that millionaire status, but we have a millionaire mindset, and that's what I'm looking for. Because look at these rich folks in the country clubs. They are a tight-knit group of people. And if you have a business, guess what? We're all going to your business to buy. We're all going to this business, and we all share the wealth between each other. That's how it works. That's how wealth works. So it's not what you know, it's who you know. So
I heard, to add on, I heard people in the Middle East, like those families that are wealthy and stuff, like their culture over there, it's not like America. Everyone's for themselves. Yeah. I heard they will buy mansions, and their families they'll live with their family, and they'll have joint bank accounts with their brothers and their sisters.
Let me find out my brother. That'd be hot, like.
But I heard about that culture, like they look out for one another, and I'm not trying to make this a fest of like, oh, no one likes us to support us, but it's like this is reality.
No, of course
this is the
not,
world. This is the America that we're living in.
True, and we also have to, like, I know that we talk about, like, regardless of if you have supporters or not, because one of the biggest things that I've learned is that sometimes the people closest to you may not be your number one supporter, and we have to be okay with that. I've had relations, like people that only talk on Instagram, I love them. You know what? If you're one of my Instagram besties, I love you. And they know who they are because we interact. Interact. Me and my besties, we're locked in. Like, I love my girl. Like, and it's mostly, my audience is mostly girls, you know? But it's huge. And I just want to take a moment to say, like, yo, thank you to our communities, because there are people who will go the extra mile to share your stuff.
Yes, good note.
If they hear you, we're talking good stuff. Like, if they hear, oh my God, there's an opportunity for, you know, a videographer, they're like, boom, yo, I'm Rich Soul. Because you know why? Because you stay top of mind. You've built connections. People want to go on Instagram and post and dip. That's not how it works. Like, especially now, Instagram is like shifting towards more organic. We've already seen it, how organic TikTok is. Instagram is going to follow the path. People don't want that super created like videos anymore.
So
they
good.
do, but
Smart. You're smart.
They love organic.
I've been watching RL, which is the in real life. So people go on Kick and they'll vlog their whole day. They'll vlog for like 6 hours, no cuts. If they got to change, they'll put the camera down and they'll just show their room, and they'll go in the bathroom and go change and then come out ready.
I'm just hearing about this. This is on Kick? Like,
yes,
like KIK?
Kick. Yeah,
like the old texting app?
No. It's Kick, like CK. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a form of YouTube.
Okay.
A form of Rumble. I don't know if you're heard of Rumble. They're like all forms of YouTube, but this one's called RL. And these people are like turn on their cameras. Some of them do like 10 hours, and that is definitely not for everybody. But what you were saying was they want more organic, and I love that you said that, because I've been struggling too. Like, what is the newest trend? And it's not to be trendy, but there's some things you gotta. It's the idea of you filming many hours. The idea, now what you do in that time is you and your personality. But the organic thing is coming back, because that's how YouTube started. Was like all vlogs. Like, vlogs never died out, and now they're kind of skyrocketing again.
So it just shows, like, if you're your authentic self, that's what's going to drive someone to follow you. And if they don't, then that's fine, and then you're going to attract the right people. So yeah, just show up as yourself, guys. There's no reason to be someone else than yourself. As
corny as it might sound, being yourself is the best thing in the world. And like, even I think when I went to the McDonald's here in Orlando, I felt, this is for real, like I was gonna film it. We filmed it with the drone. I was like, "Oh, welcome to the world's biggest McDonald's." I felt like cheesy and corny, like, "Yo, I'm a grown man at McDonald's. Like, what am I doing?" But the feedback was crazy. Got the most views, got the most love. People were reaching out to me like, "Yo, I didn't even know that was here."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh man, that's cool. I just want to have fun. I want to be a kid again, go with my bro, do something that wasn't so serious, because content creating can be serious."
And why do we get so serious? Why?
We don't want to be ourselves.
Why do we get so sick? And, I understand that, like,
we're afraid to be ourselves.
There are certain environments, and don't get me wrong, like, I am a type of person where, like, if you know me, I'm loud. And the moment I step foot somewhere, I will be noticed, because you will know I have arrived. But that's just because you will know. But that's just because that's my personality, right? Now, however, there are certain clients that I do have that are more reserved. So I do have to kind of, adapt myself to certain environments. But that does not mean that I will not act myself, right? And one of the biggest blessings, like, I literally thank God every morning for my clients. Like, they are angels. Wow. I have always said my clients are the best. My clients, want to grow. They're gonna like allow me a space and say my names and opportunities. Like, all my clients, honestly, word of mouth goes crazy. Word of mouth goes crazy.
It does.
So building those relationships, there's nothing like if someone sees an ad for Rich Soul Productions and you're talking about yourself, they're like, cool, of course he's gonna say he's the best. Of course he's gonna say that he can handle all your needs. But it's different when someone trusts me, and I've built a community. I've built that trust with my followers. When I say, y'all, Rich Soul is the best videographer. Like, when I say that, it holds more weight than if you would have run like an ad.
Facts. Yeah,
so
we gotta
word of mouth goes crazy. You need to get out there and create that, and have people around you that are actually gonna put your name in rooms that you haven't even been into. That, because that's how I got into the radio. So I was working with Fly 103 in Orlando, tell me about that, and that was all through word of mouth. Like, and putting myself out there.
What was that experience like?
So it was just so crazy, because this is actually a great story about, if you want it, you're gonna go get it, and to like be consistent, because you know what, the way it happened is Carla. So she was one of the hosts at the time. I had followed her because she is good friends with Jenna. So I have worked with Jenna getting content at her salon for hair, wax, like all that good stuff. And I already knew Carla, right? I already knew her, like not knew her, but I knew of her. So she had posted a story like, hey, we need someone to come in, get like behind the scenes things. And I DM'd her. I slid in the DMs. Yeah. You know what? Sliding in the DMs is not just for when you want a girl or you're trying to like hook up with someone. It's also a wonderful way to get business.
Yeah, stop hooking up. Put your energy somewhere else.
Right,
put your energy somewhere else.
Put them DMs to work differently. I slid in them DMs,
DMs means the money.
I like that.
The money.
The money. So yeah, I was trying to get the money. So I DM'd her and I was just like, hey, like I'm interested. I want to say like I don't want to quote any bad time, Carla. But I think it was like a week, maybe 2 weeks went by. Like I heard nothing. So I'm like, hey, I'm still interested. What's up? So I think the next day, just like, and I thought, you know, during that week, that 2 weeks, you know, your mind overthinks. And that's sometimes where we lose sight of like faith and knowing that like what is for you is already yours, right? And once we believe that, we will stop acting out in desperation and stop, you know, like just
love that.
Trust that God has your plan already written, and if it's meant for you to be free. Because sometimes we don't get things and we just freak out, like, and we get so
we fall
bummed.
off
and
from
it's
the
just
freak
like,
out. We freak out and fall off.
Baby, God said no because He had something better. He didn't say no at all. He just said not that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we have to remember that. So I reached out. I didn't hear back. She DM'd me back like, hey, can you come in? I think it was like tomorrow or another day. I was like, okay, yeah, like I'm gonna come in and see like what's up. And I went in.
People be busy too. People be doing a lot of stuff. Sometimes they don't catch your message or they forgot. It's just, you know.
Sometimes to just, again, stay top of mind. Go back on there. And she saw me consistently posting. So when you reach out to someone, like you want your content, you want what you're posting to align with what you're trying to do, right? Because if I would have DM'd her and it's like all my stuff is like baby pictures or just random things that had nothing to do with content, she's like, who is this girl talking about? let me get your content.
Got you. I see what you're saying.
You know. So I went in. Right. You gotta have something. You have to be actively doing what you're preaching. I feel like that's big. So
that's kind of been the theme. Yeah. You
gotta
talk the talk and walk the walk.
She like, you know, I vibe with everyone, and that's just how I feel like I'm always a personality hire, honestly. Yeah. I always say like the moment they meet me, my foot's in the door.
That's
like,
what's up.
I believe that.
That's what's up.
And I walk in everywhere knowing the moment they meet me, they're gonna love me and they're gonna just hire me.
I give you props for that, because when we did meet, you get people that are reserved, which again, that's just how some people are. But you were very outgoing, very. I think at that time too, I think you were trying to talk about opportunities about connecting and doing stuff.
And honestly, like that wasn't even.
And you killed the podcast.
That wasn't even my best self yet.
Yeah.
So I was still trying to evolve at that point.
That.
So if you go to Wealthy Sis, I have a podcast where I'm there, and you will probably see the difference from if you watch that pod to you watch this one. You're gonna be like, oh my god, like I was just
That's cool.
so like I would have been there right now, like yeah, you know, like no, right now I'm like you just feel confident. I feel passionate about what I'm speaking about. And helping and motivating other people to like, y'all just get up, like please get up.
And you know what? To commend you and give you your credit, your props, like you're earning this.
Yes.
I feel like people forget you have to earn this. You have to go out, do your workouts. You have to go out, make your videos. You have to go out. You're a mom, taking care of your kid. You're being on time. You're doing what you can. And it's like, yes, if you want to be entrepreneur, businessman, you have to some point suck it up and really earn it. And don't be so serious. Learn to have fun in the journey and trust God. But at some point you have to go and like earn this respect, earn this trust, earn this work ethic, so you could show people your portfolio or have something to show for.
I love it.
You know what I mean? You got to earn it. You had something else that I want to say that you mentioned. I can't think. If you want to keep adding, man, you said something that was that it'll come back to me.
Okay.
What's you talking about your clients and stuff? How do you navigate in that world? Like, what would you say is like your theme for like taking care of your clients? Like, how do you? Oh, that's what I wanted to mention. DMing people.
Yeah.
That's how I build everything.
Okay. You just land in the DMs.
Video. I used to think it was cringe. I used to be like, yo, I never got somebody tell me stop messaging me. I think that's people's fear. They're like, oh my God, they're going to unfollow her. First of all, let them unfollow. But I've never, especially when I did taxes, I was blowing up people's phones every 2 weeks, sending a repetitive message. And then some people didn't. Oh, well, they didn't. A lot of people did. Yeah. And I was feeling like, I don't know if I'm bothering people. This is DMs, I'm professional. Yo, get it how you get it.
Do
Do
whatever
what you gotta
whatever
do.
you need to do.
The access is there.
Yeah, you just like that's so true. And again, like we're not saying like do our strategy, and that's another thing that people I will say, oh, I DM, and then they're gonna do a DM, but like baby, if you don't know what you're talking about, that's the first thing. Like it's all about how you are presenting yourself, because sometimes people will send me DMs and I'm just like, dang, like you just follow me, like okay, but they'll be like, just the way they approach it is different. I like when people are like, hey, I'm so and so, thank you for following me, if you need this, hit me up. I'm like, oh, like I like that. But sometimes other people hit you up a little bit more intensely, so I feel like we have to watch. Also,
we could talk about that.
Yeah, like I've had messages where like, and this is in the concept of me being a content creator, and I have had brands want to work with me or just offer things, and they're just disrespectful, right? Like be respectful as far as to what you're offering and what you want back, because sometimes people will try you in the DMs and they'll want to offer you breadcrumbs for like a bunch of stuff, right? So I've had brands, I say as a content creator, like me creating the content for the brand, they have reached out and wanted to offer me like a free legging for like 3 reels. Like what? And like I'm sorry, but I can afford the $30 leggings. Like I'm good. I'm not gonna do all that work for a $30 pair of leggings. But maybe
just call me. We'll do a consultation. I'll tell you how you can do it.
That's not to like shade anyone who has done like exchanges. That's a great way to start. However, I feel like sometimes when people are reaching out, please know who you're reaching out to, because I would feel very like weird if someone wants to work with me and number one, you don't follow me, or if they ask for a discount or stuff, collaborations, and like, where did you come from? I've never even, like, you've never interacted with me, you don't even follow me, you don't even know who I am. Like, just
you gotta do a little warm up. Follow, show
because
love, comment,
a lot of people have like
auto-generate.
Yeah, some people have auto-generated like messages. When I think that's great, sometimes like it's so generic that people are like, it's gonna off-put them. So sometimes taking a little bit of time, that if you actually see a prospect that you're interested in, take a little bit of time to actually like tailor that message to that person, because it's gonna sound more real. Another thing that I learned and I'm big on is voice notes.
Okay.
I will send voice notes now. I used to think I was cringe for that, right?
Right. See, there you go.
Oh, why is this girl sending me a voice note?
Actually, a good idea.
Because that's the first reaction
like that.
Because someone did it to me. Shout out to Brittany.
Like, what's up, baby? I'm just here to tell you that Ritual Productions is back.
No, but honestly, it's so true. Like this girl, my coach right now for marketing and just level up. It's called Rich Girl Culture. She just did the rebrand. Listen, rich girl, chef's kiss. So that's the community I'm part of. And it's just about growth and leveling up and things like that. And when I have followed her. Like, mind you, I followed her. I knew who she was. I knew what she was going on. But this girl, like, DM'd me. Like, I don't even remember exactly what she said, but it was like, babe, like, I love your vibe. You need to be at this event. And I'm like, why this girl sending me a voice note? But I was like, fuck it, I respect it,
There you go. I respect it.
I respect it. I was like, yo, she's a hustler. She's trying to get me out here to her event. I like that. And then
she buttered you up. She like
I was like, okay, perfect. So she sent me the voice note, and at first, I'm not gonna lie to you, the first reaction may be, but however, will someone actually write you back like, girl, why are you like I'm not a mean girl. So I might feel a little like, because it's uncomfortable and it's weird to me, because I've never had someone send me a voice note like that. So I was like, what the heck? But I didn't know this girl at all, but she kept sending me voice notes. We connected through voice notes and we were going back and forth. By the time that I met her in person, I just like, what's up, girl?
That's
like,
cool.
I felt like I already knew her.
It's really awesome.
The voice notes, like talking on your stories, creates like a voice and identity. People feel like they know you. I feel like sometimes people are so even scared to show up on their stories.
I like that. You got to get people to know you.
Right, because
I like that.
It creates a connection. Your
That's
voice.
Awesome. And going back to being organic.
Yes, your voice, your face, how you express yourself, your thoughts, all of that makes connections. So if you have to send someone a voice note, because it's like, it just makes it seem more real. I think
that's the point. Being more real, whichever way that comes off.
Building that trust, building that connection. Because the moment you build a connection with someone about something, like, oh, you know what? That girl is just like me. She's fun. She's a hustler. She's a mom. And I'm like, I can connect. If I don't feel connected, if I don't feel trust, I'm not buying from you.
That's cool. Wow.
I'm not. So once I felt that way, I was like, now voice notes. If you get a voice note from me, you already know
that's
what's
up.
Connect.
Hey, that's a good idea. I might have to go out. No lie. You heard it here on RPL TV. One thing I did was for Rich Show. I went back and I shared people my message real quick. And I said something, right? And I sent it out.
Yeah, I think it was like, hey, I think you sent it to me too. I mean, I already know you,
but
I
sent it to all my followers. Yeah. If you're following me, like you're gonna get one from me. And then
DMs.
people, right? And then people weren't the money. Then people weren't responding. People were liking it.
Yeah.
I was like, they're taking the time out, they're liking it.
Right.
Now, some people, I think maybe 2 years ago, I'd probably be like, you're just liking it. Like, you're not connecting. You didn't say, got you, Richie. Don't expect people to do that, bro. Like, people, they're probably doing things right now. Like, they just saw it, they liked it, they got to move on, right? So then I said, you know what? If you like it, I'm going to follow up, because you connected, right? I'm going to follow up with a thank you, and I'm going to actually type your name out. Like, I'm going to da-da-da. And if I know that something's going on, congrats, you got engaged. I just want to thank you for happening.
I love that. That's
right?
actually big. The fact that you do that, that's big. Because people...
And then they wrote back.
Yeah. People like to see that.
What?
Yeah, they do. Because you know what? Sometimes, and it happens to me, and I don't do it on purpose. I really don't, guys. If you've ever DM'd me,
people aren't doing it on purpose.
Red, or I haven't responded, I truly never do it on purpose. And I'm not trying to sound like, girl, you pop. No, but sometimes, like, I'll get so many, like, DMs.
Well, especially if you're in business,
you know, I get overstimulated by, like, the little numbers and stuff like that. So sometimes I will actually comment on their stuff, and by the time, like, they reply, I'm like, oh my God, I never replied to that other message, and I will go back and reply. Wow. So sometimes you interacting with them will then, like, they'll go into the chat. Oh my God, he asked me. Like, I think that happened with us when you asked me about the podcast. I think you have replied or something else. And once I went in, I'm like, oh snap, he had asked me about.
I know you're probably doing stuff. So I was like, it's just a matter of just like the worst DiDi's gonna tell me is like no. Or bro, like, I'm too busy. Okay, cool. I just needed the antidote. But because you content creator, I was like, there's something like you with your friend that you were speaking about earlier.
Yeah,
like,
Angelica.
you know that she's on your path. Like, it's just a matter of just asking again. Maybe they saw it. Maybe they're busy. And it's kind of what happened with me and you. I ended up saying something else. I was like, no, DiDi, I know she be working. I know you be hustling. And I was like, I know this could work for her. So I was like, let me just try again. Like, no big deal. Like, bro, if you didn't get back, it's like, oh, well.
Don't be afraid to reach back out. Like, don't. Because you know what?
Can't take it personal.
Right. And a lot of y'all be double texting guys or girls, and y'all are afraid to double text a potential client money. Ooh. No, y'all need to stop. I'm not like, I'm a double text. you got my invoice?
This is good stuff.
Did you get my invoice, baby?
That's what's up.
I don't care. I'll double text like, yo, what's up?
No, that's good. No, you're just hustling.
But sometimes we forget. God. Like I just invested into something else,
happen.
And I told the girl, she DM'd me. She's like, hey, I would love for you to be a part of this. I was like, okay, cool. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do it this weekend. And the weekend came, and I was on my trip. I'm over here. I forgot. But guess what she did? She said, hey, girl, I'm following up with you. Just wanted to make sure the link worked. I'm like, oh, girl, I forgot all about it. Not intentionally. It's not that I put it in my back of mind, but I have so much going on that certain things sometimes, fall off. And the fact that they come and remind you, that's great, because think about it. When you're shopping online and you are looking at, dunks, shoes, whatever, and you leave the cart, guess what they about to do? Hey, Richie, what happened to your cart, man? Come on, check out now. Check out now. So if you don't already have a system in place, because again, this can all be based on system. Once you have their email, their phone number, you can automate systems. But same thing, if you are DMing, if you're going to the DMs, you need to follow up. If you don't have a system that follows up for you, you need to be making that connection to follow up. Like, hey, so I saw, right now I have to follow up with clients who put a deposit but haven't scheduled a date. Hey, are you ready? And show excitement about it, right? And don't just be following up and no. Like, hey, girl, send a voice note. I'd be like, hey, DiDi, if for example, if I wouldn't have replied, and it would be vice versa, I would be like, hey, Richie, yo, I saw that you're doing, I know you're killing it, I know you're busy, but listen, let me know about that because I want to lock you in. I would love to do it, but if you don't, I get it, I understand, that's fine, but yeah, just let me know. Boom, done. And I re-followed up, and it was just took me how much 5 seconds?
And we'll wrap it up here. This is good stuff. We could be here forever.
Listen, for real.
For real. This is great. Did awesome. Yeah. Really helping us out here. And I think say you didn't come through and you couldn't, right? You just got back from a trip, which I appreciate that because that's a lot. Then for people watching, maybe it didn't happen this time. Next year in season 3, you came around, you're like, yo, now I'm free. But if you never put that initiative, it'll never happen.
And then you wouldn't wouldn't have had the opportunity. So continue to put yourself out there. You do not know what making one decision can change everything leading up after that. So one simple decision that sometimes we are so hesitant, so afraid. You know what's on the other side of fear? It's the actual success that you're looking for. But fear is mental, and it will continue to hold you back because it's unknown. But y'all, just continue, get over that, and do what you need to do, baby, because no one's going to come and save you. You need to come and put the work in yourself. No one's coming to save you. Like, I would love to have someone come and rescue me and make me a millionaire and successful, but unfortunately, that's not the case. We got to hustle for our money.
That's what's up. Wow, that's so good. Just to wrap it up here, thank you again for coming.
Yes, thank you. I love it. I have so much fun.
Yo, this is dope.
I love it. Honestly, it feels like I'm just like kicking it back with another entrepreneur, just talking about like, our journey and I'm really asking the questions that people want to know.
Yeah, and you're putting in your work, and congratulations on everything from content creating to fitness to making money to growing. If you want to plug in, you have a studio that you work at.
So that's my favorite studio.
Okay, so you can plug that in and your Instagram and different stuff.
Yeah, so just follow me, DiDi. That's DiDi.ramoss. One of my favorite studios is Momentum Studios. Where I get my coaching is Rich Girl Cult. If you want to join the community of women who are trying to, be successful and grow, baby, lock in.
That's what's up. Y'all heard it here. RPL TV. Again, I could do podcasts. Hopefully, maybe season 3 we can do like longer podcasts. But again, appreciate you guys tuning in. Hit up DiDi. You already know what she's bringing to the table. A lot of great things happening here, especially my women. We got to come together. We got to build that community. And we got to support one another and do it now, while we're still fresh and young. Because 10 years from now, maybe we will be millionaires. Who knows? That's the goal, right?
No, we will.
We will. So you heard it here, RPL TV, 1st and the 15th, dropping a song 2 times a month. I love y'all. Like, subscribe, repost, comment, follow DiDi. Hit her up. All her information will be in the bio. I appreciate y'all. DiDi, we out.
Bye.
Peace.